Alright, thank you, the MC, for giving me the time. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, everyone. Today, I will give a little bit discussion, right? I'm Agustri. It's honor and pleasure for me that I present the topic in front of you and trustworthy fellow. So today my topic discussion is literature and its function. And firstly, before all of my discussion is literature. What is literature? Literature is a term used to describe written and sometimes spoken material derived from the Latin word literature, meaning writing with letter. Literature most commonly refers to works of the creative imagination, including poetry, drama, poems, fiction or non-fiction, and this some instant journalism and songs actually. So now I discuss the topic that is function in education. But before that, let me to introduce you about several macro functions. In macro function, we have four points. The first is additional function. Additional function refers to the conceptualizing of a person that involved in our mental activities. And then about interpersonal function. Interpersonal function is a reverse to interpersonal. Notice that language is mainly as a social phenomenon. It enables the project to speak in the desired way and to represent the way of speak. And the third is poetic function. Poetic function, the ability to manipulate language in a creative way. It's just like I use a joke, dark jokes, white lie, or a metaphor to speak someone or thing. And the last is textual function. Textual function is a reverse to our ability to create long utterance or long conversation with someone, and in writing in both of cohesive or coherence. And then we move to function in education or of education. There are many functions of education. View of them are given below. The first, transmission of culture. Education instills and transmits the social norms, value, and beliefs into the next generation. Teacher himself or herself have been through the similar phase of learning overlearning the social norms. Teacher brought it to the next generation. And then about social integration. Educational unity the individual in society and create the sense of solidarity among them. It helps the individual and groups to cooperate with one another. And the third is career selection. Education of course, helps individuals to think about their career, which they want to pursue in the future. It prepares them for future endeavors. And the last, techniques of learning skill. Education teach our individual various techniques of learning professional skills. And then when the someone or the teacher have a professional and the techniques of learning skill, then we can move to the education function. In here, we have 4 points in educational function. The first is socialization. Human beings are social life. In order to learn social skill and social norms of society, one have to socialize. It helps us to groom our personality traits. And then rational thinking. Of course, we as a student in university like University of Bangka Belitung, we must to have a rational thinking. Is that we can think or choose the one thing to another thing with a fact, with a real fact, not an imagination, with rational thinking. Absolutely. Educational help us to think rationally and conclude any event, situation, and issue with reasonable explanation. And then the third point is adjustment in society. Education grooms the personality of individual which help him adjust in any environment. And the last is patriotism. Love for the nation and country are instilled in people from very young age through educational institutions. Of course, in this country is Indonesian, we must have a patriotism value in ourselves as a student. Alright, I think that's all that I can to give for you all to present our topic discussion. Thank you so much for the MC. I give you the time is back. And wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.